1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I let it go again because it bit my finger so. This little finger on my right.
Fish.
Yeah, fish. Alright, this is Molands Lake, back on moody Molands today, and we're just walking up the side of the lake. I'm on this half of the lake today that you can see in front of there. I think we're on peg about 39 to 60 is my section today. 60 is a really weird peg, sometimes produces, sometimes doesn't. There has been a little ball of fish I've noticed on a couple of rounds where all the F1s have balled up, but it's still pretty hard. I think I'd rather be on peg 58 than 60. If you can see, there's 3 anglers in the distance there. Shall I zoom in? Yeah, you can't see them, but just where's my finger? There's 3 anglers there, and that's the start of what they call Scarecrow Point. They're the dolly pegs. 46 seems to be winning a lot lately. It won the Rover match yesterday. Only 50, I think about £55, and 45 had £54. So, but there are some fish there. I don't think it's going to fish brilliant, but if you're on that Scarecrow Point, there'll be a few pockets of fish. Hopefully I'll be on one of those. It's a 60 peg snake lake, but it's not like most snake lakes. This one's 25 metres wide and more in places, which makes it a really nice, interesting venue. But it also gives the fish lots of places to back off if they don't want to feed. This lake can be notoriously clear. It's why the fish are such good looking fish as well. But they call it moody Molands for a reason, and that's because the fish just back off if they don't want to feed. 45 and 46, they'll be the red hot pegs today to draw. It's going to be a funny old match, but yeah, I need a result today.
12 in this section and £50 in the Super Bowl.
Oh! You've already got your peg in your hand anyway.
Yeah.
Now the other hand.
Oh, God.
It must be down your sleeve.
Don't touch them.
I'm on foot. Don't touch ya! Can I have 46?
Give me that bad look.
If I ain't got 46, I'm going home.
Oh, Martin.
No. Oh, that's dreadful. 52.
Well, we're about 30 seconds before the off. I've drawn absolutely rubbish, and there's no fish moving, no bubbles, no nothing. Peg 60 on the end has apparently got a load of fish rolling, and 3 good anglers on 44, 45, 46 on Scarecrow Point. Phil Cannett's drawn bang on 45, and Shane Wicker's on 44, I think, and a good angler on 46 as well, which won the match yesterday. So really up against it. Can't give up because there could be a late run of F1 short, but not really feeling it, but we'll see. We've got to try and be positive, but at the moment I've got a right uphill battle, I think. Straight round with a 10-pounder. I've had a lot of overnight rain, and I've got a theory about deep pegs and cold rain going in, and that's basically the fish don't like deep pegs when cold rain's going in. I can't get into any shallow water. It's a good 7 foot at 16 metres where it's just going up about 2 inches. I'd rather fish 14, but because it's shallowing up just a couple of inches, I'm going to fish 16 today. Plus it's flat calm, unlike yesterday. And I've plumbed up 2 short pole lines. I'll feed one and might fire up the second, depending on what happens. But that's it at the moment. A short pole line, a long pole line. Now I've got the option of bomb and bread, which is what I'm starting on now. A maggot feeder, a little tiny pellet feeder, and that's a little liner there, and also the pellet waggler. It's been working here quite a bit, so I've got a pellet waggler set up, firing in 8mm, tight to the island. I know it sounds daft fishing a pellet waggler in February, but it's been working and winning on this lake and Little Geary's. firing in 8mm and catching F1s and carp tight across, as tight as you can chuck. So can't be ignored, but I'm not really on the peg for it. 44, 45, 46 are the 3 pegs to be doing that, but I've got the option. I've got like a sticky out point in front of me, so we've got a chance. Just hopefully some fish will be moving up and down around that point. Big liner, nothing on. Promising. I knew that was a liner, but it kept going and going and going. I just felt a little bit of resistance and then boom, off. So there we are. I'm fishing quite a fine bobbin bread today. There's some F1s as well. That's a plop. That's a good sign, the liner anyway. Shame it wasn't a fish. There's some massive carp in here. And some really nice big F1s, so you're never out the race. If it's a low 40-50 pound weight that's the target, then I've got a chance. If it's sort of 70, 80, 90 pound, which it could be today, then I think you're going to struggle to beat a few of the pegs. But that's promising anyway, a big liner. Just a little squeeze ball. A few maggots. A bit of loose on top. As I've said before, you can feed whilst you're fishing here. It's just as well when you're waiting a long time for a bite. Right, I'm fishing bobbin bread slightly to my left. I've just earmarked that point for fishing a waggler or a bomb, firing a few 8s. Really gonna just lightly ping 1 and 2 cones. I've had 2 chucks of a very compressed bit of bread, so it's pretty much on the bottom. And then I've just had a chuck now with proper popped up bread, no compression at all. I'm fishing it relatively light, 0.16 rather than sort of 0.20 to a 12. There's a chance of some nice F1s and things here. And just want to get a bite, simple as that. Fire 1s and 2s on that point. I might have an early chuck just to see, or I might prime it. I think I can't make my mind up what to do today. Might as well have a banana. Duck's dive bombing my waggler line, which I'm not bothered about in the slightest, because hopefully the fish will come to it. The fish will see that there's some bait there and come to it. Can't see any weed bed over there, but that's, yeah, look. I wasn't going to get a bite on that cast. Maggots looking okay. I'm just fishing maggots, a tiny little feeder, double maggot on a helicopter star rig. Better, a bit shorter. Possibly a metre too short, but I'd rather start short and work my way up the shelf than the other way around. Just don't think I'm going to catch on bobbin bread. I've been talking to people, they're not catching loads of fish on bobbin bread on these pegs at the moment anyway. You need a load of big carp in your peg. Savage bite on the maggot feeder. Good fish. Carp on F1, but he's going down there. Come away. Come away. Come away. Phew. You're up and running. Beautiful fish in here. Right, I had that on double maggot. I'm fishing an 18 to 012. A bit lighter than I'd have liked to fish, but it's been battered this place. I just want to get bites. It's a tiny little midi feeder. Just chucking a few meters short of the far bank. See if we can just get a little run of fish there now. That was a savage bite. We're up and running. What time is it? Been fishing, crikey, 45 minutes for that. Oh dear. Didn't realise we've been fishing that long. Oh, yeah. That was instant. Don't go faster than that, do you? What about next to you? 2, yeah. I've seen 46 have 1. I've seen 46 have 1 fish. Give me a little dip. Tell me there's a fish there. Looks like they're all on the pole now on that point. Swimming. Persevere on this for a little bit. Let's see if we can wade through some sills and get an F1 or 2. He's got another one on 46. So if this doesn't go under, my next port of call will be to chuck a bomb out over where I've been loose feeding. This one. Pound of those. feeder right on top. So you can see it straight away. Deserves to go around. Right, we are 2 hours in, and I've had 2 F1s, 2 skimmers and a roach. A few liners on the tip, but nothing's developing. The guy to my right's not had a fish, and the next 2 pegs to my left haven't had a fish yet either. Not that I'm aware of anyway. Certainly not left and right. Peg 46 is having an odd fish on the long pole, as expected. And I don't know about anyone else. Oh, Peg 58's had a couple of F1s as well. He's fishing pants, but there are fish out there because I'm getting an odd indication on the tip. It's trembling now, so. But as expected, it's not in the area where the fish are, I don't think. But there is an odd in there. So hopefully I can just get a nice little run of fish. Still waiting for that tip to go around. I'm not showing you my bait tray yet, have I? So I've got some 8mm there. Dynamite carp pellets. Just a standard 8mm. Bit of ground bait for the pole. Definitely respond to a bit of ground bait on this venue. The old faithful red maggots, which is what I'm hopefully going to catch on the pole with. I could have fished pellets, but I've got most confidence with maggots. A few dead maggots for the tip. A few expanders from yesterday, really. Some micros, which I've just put a little bit of sweet pellet soak on. Ooh, tip's going around. That's a liner. That's not a bite, is it? Big liner. It's an odd fish there, you know. It's just not having it. I put a slightly longer tail on now. See if that makes a difference. Oh, and then some bread that I started off on. There's definitely fish there, but I just think it's too still. And well, it's moody Molands. They don't want to feed. Oh, I've got some little washters there as well for the tip. And what else is there? That's it, isn't it? I've already had my banana, and I've actually got some shrimps and bananas as well. They're going to go pretty soon. And a few biscuits. That's the snattage update. Right, because there's so many little roach in the peg, I've done 2 drastic things. Firstly, I've put half a pot of maggots on my maggot line. I'm just going to leave it. Sometimes big potting will do the trick, especially on a big open lake like this. It's not like a snake lake where you just tap in 4 and 5 maggots and you've got a captive audience. Here you've got to bring them to you. And the other thing I've done, I've just opened up a pellet line 16 metres to my left, just to see if I can be a bit more selective, catch them on a pellet. 4mm expander and micros. Don't normally need to fish pellet here this time of year, but with the amount of little roach in the peg, just need to be a bit more selective, especially when the F1s are a bit reluctant. Just give it 5 minutes on this now, just to see. I'm not overly confident this is going to work. And I have been feeding 8mm still. To be honest, when I have fed, my tip's moved. Oh, there you are. What's that? Skimming on pellet. Yeah, one of those. It's a little bit milder. I'd lose 3-4 mils, but just nothing happening, is there? Look at that little scary thing. You had any, Dan? Have you had one yet? Just lost a what? A float? I've lost the will to live. Rubbish. What do you do? So I'm just going to chuck a little 15-gram tiny open alloy feeder over the top. Chucked a little tiny ground bait open alloy feeder with 2 deads, 3 metres short of the island. It's not took long to go around. Good F1. People walking around today. Yeah, big F1. I think they're in the pegging. Just trying to find away a catch. Well, that's got to be £3 of anyone's money. Yeah, that's a new one. I've caught a rock and someone's shot in one chuck. Oh, properly hooked rock. Highlight of my day.
Have you had any? You still not had none? Has he had, what's he had to your left? 2? Yeah, I've heard that. 60 caught. Not a lot. Well, I can only see 46. Yeah, I reckon them 2 are catching, but I can't see them.
We've got just over an hour to go now, and still desperate. I've got 3 F1s now, and a few little skimmers and a few little roach. The guy to my right's just had 1, and that's it, I think. And Dan to my left's had one little fish, and I think next to him's had 2 F1s. 58's the best to my left. He's had 8 F1s and a carp. And peg 2 opposite. They're both chucking to the point, they're both catching. I think peg 60's been walking the bank, can't catch. And 46 hasn't had many, but I think Shane and Phil on 45 and 44 are both catching. But it's pretty grim, and it just doesn't feel like anything's going to arrive. But this is F1 fishing, it's all going to happen in 10 minutes time, hopefully. Just gonna have a big arrival, and it will be fill your boots time. That's it. I'm down to my last biscuit. Gone. No more food. Got enough time to call a takeaway, I think. Fish, there's not many of them. Again, that was a weird bite. Big drop back. reeled in, and eventually connected with it. Looking about 4 metres short of that island now. About there. That looks bang on. Bang on the money. It's got all this straw and rubbish in my peg at the moment.
It's got a bucket. Bob all the time. Oh, yeah, that's fine. 17.6. The photo's on you now. Jump on it.
Well, we'll have a quick brew whilst we contemplate the match I've just had to endure. I suppose it's important to show you the bad ones as well as the good ones. So not a lot I could have done today, I don't think. Not a good peg, especially on a day like today where the venue switched off a little bit. Other than Shane, who's a paralyzer section, he's had £83 off peg 43. And he's had 2 carp for £35 in that, and he's fished pellet waggler and 8mm pellets. So I wasn't far off by bringing them, but I've obviously fished the right method on the wrong peg today. I shouldn't have fished it. I shouldn't have bothered. I should have just fished a nice tidy little maggot feed and a little ground bait feeder match, really, on a couple of swims left and right maybe, and that's it. That's all I should have done today. And maybe I might have caught the 10F ones I needed to get good points. Peg 58 comes second in section with £43. I think he's had 10F ones and a carp for that. Phil Canning on 45 has had 10F ones for £34. My 5 have gone £17, so that's about right, isn't it? So Derek Hartshorn on 46 has had £29. So they're the flyers, and they've not really bagged up on those pegs. So I don't know what chance we'd got where we were, really. But I beat everyone around me. The end peg 60, Bob's had basically 2 carp for £24. So no F1s, I don't think, at all there. I certainly didn't see any in his net, just 2 great big munters. So but his fish rubbish. They're there, it's just black calm, a bit clear, but nothing on the pole other than tiny fish. Even on pellet, nothing, just other than little tiny skimmers, tiny roach. Never felt like I was going to catch an F1 there. I just think it's a bit too deep as well, and I don't think the bottom's great there. So yeah, I should have just chucked a maggot feeder all day, and a little the tiniest little open alloy feeder all day, I think, and I'd have maybe caught 8, 9, maybe 10 F1s for a few, maybe another place, maybe another 2 places, but I couldn't have done much more than that, I don't think. I honestly don't. But that's why we keep coming back, innit? You can't win them all, and hopefully I don't know where I am next. I think I'm on Siblings next round, so I need to draw a good peg. Hopefully it doesn't go too cold, so the fish will still be a bit active. So yeah, so anyway, that's the highs and lows of match fishing. You can't win them all.